The second episode takes the audience back 12 years into the past, where we see Samantha, also known as Sinatra, embarking on a highly secretive mission. She discreetly meets with Bradford's father along with some of the most brilliant minds from around the world. The group then boards a plane, unaware of the details of the journey they are about to undertake. As the aircraft takes off, Sinatra makes an intriguing statement. She's entrusting them with something very special. This remark piques the curiosity of her guests. During the flight, Sinatra engages in conversation with one of her guests who appears visibly nervous about flying. In an attempt to ease his anxiety, she starts talking to him about his profession. He happens to be an urban planner who specializes in building cities. Seizing the opportunity, Sinatra presents him with a thought-provoking question. She asks if, given unlimited resources, he could design and construct a self-sustaining underground city for approximately 25,000 people. The city must be capable of withstanding nuclear attacks and large-scale environmental catastrophes. The urban planner listens intently but ultimately dismisses the idea as nearly impossible. He argues that such a task would require excavating a space equivalent to the size of Toledo, making it an impractical venture. However, upon arrival at their destination, the guests experience a shocking revelation. With their heads covered in sacks, they are transported to a secret location. When the sacks are finally removed, they find themselves inside a massive underground space hidden beneath the mountains of Colorado. With a confident demeanor, Sinatra turns to the city planner and instructs him to build her Visiona city that would ensure the survival of its inhabitants, no matter what happens on the surface. Shifting to the present timeline, we see Collins fixated on a peculiar cigarette, puzzled by the numbers inscribed on it. Meanwhile, at Sinatra's residence, she is struggling to compose a eulogy for President Bradford. She sits in her bedroom, deep in thought, while her husband sleeps only a few feet away. The scene then transports us back to the first time Sinatra met her husband. It was at a bar where she was celebrating a significant milestone selling her startup, a cloud storage company called Domain. She proudly tells him that within a year, her company will be valued at $34 billion, making her the richest woman in the world. Amused by her confidence, he jokes that he too has something to celebrate winning a softball game. Their chemistry is undeniable and the attraction is instant. Elsewhere, Collins is experiencing a haunting nightmare. In his dream, he is speaking to his wife on the phone while aboard a plane. Suddenly, a tragic event unfolds, causing him to wake up abruptly. As he tries to shake off the unsettling vision, he hears noise coming from downstairs. To his surprise, Agent Pace is in his kitchen, preparing breakfast for his children, James and Presley. Another agent, Robinson, watches over them with a stoic expression. Collins barely has time to process the situation before Robinson informs him that he needs to come in for questioning. Though reluctant, he complies. Pace assures him that she will ensure his kids make it to school safely. During the interrogation, Robinson remains tight-lipped about whether Collins is considered a suspect. She also avoids confirming if any murder weapon or DNA samples have been recovered. However, she does reveal that both Bradford's wife and father have been cleared of suspicion. Collins, growing frustrated, challenges her authority. He finds it hard to believe that she is the one leading the investigation, considering she had been having an affair with the president. Robinson does not deny the accusation but maintains that she is clean. She then questions why Collins delayed reporting the murder. She also highlights that some powerful figures are furious about a missing tablet, adding further tension to the situation. Another flashback takes us back to a seemingly normal day in Sinatra's life. She's at a grocery store with her family. She buys her son an ice cream sandwich, which he happily eats while riding a mechanical horse outside the store. Suddenly, Sinatra receives a call from a board informing her that a major merger has been approved. She is overjoyed, but her happiness is short-lived. She looks over at her son and notices that something is terribly wrong. He appears unwell and ultimately collapses. Back in the present, Sinatra is attending an emergency meeting with high-ranking officials. They are all in a state of panic over Bradford's murder. Maintaining her composure, Sinatra informs them that in precisely 10 minutes, an emergency town hall meeting will be announced to the public. During this meeting, they will declare that the president died of natural causes. Additionally, Henry will be sworn in as the new president, and everyone in the room will be assigned additional security. Meanwhile, Collins undergoes a polygraph test. Robinson fires off questions while Sinatra and Dr. Tabi observe from behind a one-way mirror, closely monitoring his vitals for signs of deception. Collins remains eerily calm, even when he lies about taking something from the crime scene. Growing impatient, Robinson once again asks why he contacted Pace first. Collins replies that Pace is the only person he trusts, pointing out that Robinson was having an affair with the president. Aware that he has an audience, he deliberately emphasizes this fact. Dr. Tabi then steps in, dismissing Robinson. Alone with Collins, she asks if he is glad that the president is dead. However, she subtly reveals a message written on her palm, "Say yes." Collins follows her instruction, responding affirmatively. Afterward, Dr. Tabi returns to Sinatra and reports that Collins is likely not the murderer. A flashback reveals a deeply emotional moment between Sinatra and her husband in a hospital room. Their son's condition has worsened, and the doctor tells them it is time to have difficult conversations. Dr. Tabi, a grief specialist, is brought in to provide support. This moment helps explain why Sinatra is so determined to build her underground Scythia place where no tragedy could ever touch her loved ones again. Back in the present, Sinatra takes Collins for a walk. Demonstrating extensive knowledge about his life, she talks about his children and informs him that the public is being told the president died of natural causes. She once again inquires about the missing tablet, but Collins insists he does not know where it is. Wrapping up their conversation, Sinatra informs him that he will be placed on leave for 2 weeks before being reassigned. Meanwhile, at Presley's school, an announcement is made about the town hall meeting. A teacher gathers the students to attend the event, but Presley notices Jeremy, President Bradford's son, walking away. Curious, she follows him to the library instead of going to the meeting. When they come face to face, Jeremy asks why she is not attending the town hall. She in turn asks him the same question. As the town hall commences, the First Lady approaches Collins. He asks how she's holding up. She confesses that she has been pretending for so long that she no longer knows how she truly feels. However, she admits that on some level, she did love Bradford. She also shares that Bradford admired Collins, particularly for his relentlessness. Sinatra observes this moment from a distance. In another flashback, Sinatra is attending a conference. One of the sessions she attends is sparsely populated but led by a man discussing sustainability and the potential collapse of the world due to environmental disasters. His words strike a chord with her. As she is leaving, then Senator Bradford catches up with her. Offering his condolences, he mentions that it has been a year since her son passed. He also reveals that his father greatly admires her, even giving her the nickname Sinatra because she is a clear leader. As their conversation continues, the lecturer passes by and Sinatra stops him. She asks what should be done if a life-ending event occurs. His response is simple: find the biggest hole and get inside it. In the present, Henry is sworn in as the new president. Meanwhile, Presley and Jeremy continue their conversation. Jeremy reveals that he regrets ghosting his father for dinner. The last thing he told him was that he blamed him for the deaths of so many people and wished him dead. Feeling guilty, he finds solace in listening to his father's favorite rock music from the 80s and 90s. The episode closes with Jeremy leading Presley to a secret location. Upon closer inspection, it is revealed to be an airport hangar. He asks if she remembers it. A flashback shows her and her brother being escorted through the airport by Collins, with Presley demanding to know if their mother is going to make it.